Hello, my little love. Did you have a good day today? I hope something made you smile. Now take a slow breath, relax your shoulders, and let your mind get soft and quiet. It's time for a gentle bedtime story. Long ago, when the world was filled with magic and wonder, there lived a young man named Perseus. He had curly dark hair that caught the sunlight and eyes that sparkled with curiosity and kindness. Perseus lived with his mother in a peaceful land beside the sea, where the waves rolled gently onto sandy shores and seabirds sang their sweet songs each morning. Perseus and his mother had a simple life, but it was filled with love. They lived in a small cottage with a garden where flowers bloomed in every color you can imagine, purple and yellow and soft pink, swaying in the warm breeze. Each evening, Perseus would sit with his mother on their doorstep, watching the sun paint the sky in shades of orange and gold as it set beyond the horizon. One day, the king of their land came to visit. He was a proud man who liked grand things and impressive treasures. When he saw Perseus, strong and brave and clever, he felt a little worried. The king wanted to seem like the most important person in the land, and he thought perhaps Perseus might grow up to become a great hero whom everyone would admire. So the king decided to send Perseus on a journey, hoping it would keep him away for a very long time. He called Perseus to the palace, which had tall white columns and floors made of smooth marble that felt cool beneath bare feet. The king sat on his throne and said, "Perseus, I have a special task for you." Far away, beyond the mountains and across the silver sea, there lives someone very unusual. Her name is Medusa, and she lives all alone on a distant island. I would like you to bring me something from her, to prove your courage and your cleverness. Now, Medusa was not like other people. Long ago, she had been changed by magic into someone quite different. Instead of hair, she had snakes growing from her head, snakes that hissed and moved and kept everyone away. But these snakes were not mean or dangerous. They were simply there, a part of who Medusa had become. The sad thing was that anyone who looked directly at Medusa's face would turn into stone, frozen like a statue. This made Medusa feel terribly lonely because no one could visit her or be her friend without being turned to stone. Medusa lived by herself on a quiet island, surrounded by a garden full of stone statues that had once been visitors who looked at her by accident. She spent her days walking through olive groves and sitting by the shore, listening to the waves, feeling sad and misunderstood. She wished more than anything that she could have a friend, someone who could understand her. Perseus felt uncertain about this task, but he was brave and kind, and he wanted to help if he could. Before he left, something magical happened. The goddess Athena appeared to him in a shimmer of golden light. She had wise gray eyes and wore flowing robes the color of moonlight. Athena smiled gently at Perseus and said, "I will help you on this journey, dear Perseus. You have a good heart, and that matters more than anything." Athena gave Perseus a special shield, polished so brightly that it shined like a mirror. The shield was made of bronze and gleamed with a warm, soft glow. "Use this shield wisely," Athena said. "You can see reflections in it, just like looking into a still pond. This way, you never have to look directly at something that might harm you." Then Hermes, the messenger god, appeared in a flutter of silver wings. He wore a playful smile and carried a special sword that seemed to glow with its own light. "Take this," Hermes said, handing Perseus the sword. "It's very special and will help you when you need it most. And take these winged sandals too. They will carry you swiftly and safely wherever you need to go." Perseus put on the winged sandals, and they felt light as feathers on his feet. When he took a step, he rose gently into the air, floating as softly as a dandelion seed on the breeze. He thanked Athena and Hermes, then set off on his journey, gliding through the sky above the sparkling sea. The flight was beautiful and peaceful. Perseus soared over fishing boats with white sails, over dolphins jumping and playing in the waves, over tiny islands covered in green trees. The wind was warm against his face, and the sun made everything below shimmer and dance with light. He flew for many days, stopping to rest on soft beaches and in quiet villages, always moving closer to the distant island where Medusa lived. Along the way, Perseus met 3 very old women called the Grey Sisters. They lived in a cave decorated with seashells and driftwood, and they shared one eye between them, passing it back and forth so each could take turns seeing. The Grey Sisters were ancient and wise, and they knew the secrets of the world. Perseus landed softly at the entrance to their cave and called out politely, "Hello, dear grandmothers. I am Perseus, and I am on a journey. Might you help me find the way to Medusa's island?" The Grey Sisters were surprised. Most visitors tried to trick them or take their eye, but Perseus spoke with such kindness and respect that they felt touched. They invited him in and offered him fresh water and bread. As they sat together, Perseus told them about his quest. "Medusa is very lonely," one of the sisters said softly, her voice like wind through dry grass. "She did not choose to become what she is. She wishes only for understanding and peace." "I do not wish to hurt her," Perseus said. "I only need to help her, if I can, and to complete my task in a way that brings kindness, not harm." The Grey Sisters smiled, and their ancient faces wrinkled with warmth. They told Perseus exactly how to find the island and gave him advice. "Remember," they said, "never look directly at her. Use the shield Athena gave you. See her reflection, and you will be safe. And Perseus, listen with your heart. Medusa may not be what you expect." Perseus thanked them and continued his journey, flying over the twilight sea as stars began to appear in the darkening sky. Finally, he saw the island rising from the water, a place of rocky cliffs and silver olive trees. He landed gently on the shore, where the sand was soft and cool beneath his feet. The island was very quiet. Perseus walked carefully through the gardens, and everywhere he looked, he saw statues made of stone, people and animals frozen in time, forever still. His heart felt heavy knowing that these had all been living beings once, turned to stone by accident. He understood now how lonely Medusa must feel, knowing she caused this without meaning to. Perseus held up his shining shield and looked into its polished surface like a mirror. Moving slowly and quietly, he made his way deeper into the island, always watching the reflection in the shield instead of looking directly ahead. At last, in a peaceful clearing surrounded by whispering trees, he saw her. Medusa sat on a smooth rock, her snakes moving gently around her head like a crown of living ribbons. She was looking down at her hands, and in the reflection of the shield, Perseus could see that her face was sad. She was humming a soft, lonely melody to herself. Perseus took a deep breath and spoke gently. "Hello, Medusa. My name is Perseus. I have come from far away, and I want you to know that I see you, and I understand that you are lonely." Medusa looked up quickly, but Perseus kept his eyes on the shield, watching her reflection. The snakes on her head hissed softly, more in surprise than anger. Medusa's voice, when she spoke, was tired and filled with sorrow. "Why have you come here? Everyone who comes either runs away in fear or looks at me and turns to stone. I did not ask for this. I never wanted to hurt anyone." "I know," Perseus said kindly, still watching her through the shield's reflection. "I know this is not your fault. The king sent me to bring something back from you, but I do not want to bring harm. I want to help you, if I can." Medusa was quiet for a long moment. The evening breeze moved through the trees, making the leaves whisper like soft voices. "I am so tired," Medusa said finally. "Tired of being alone, tired of this curse, tired of turning everything I look at into stone. I wish I could rest. I wish I could be free of this burden." Perseus felt a deep sadness for her. He thought carefully, his mind working through the problem. Then Athena's voice came to him, gentle as starlight, speaking in his heart. "Perseus, there is a way to free her. If you use the special sword, you can separate her spirit from this form, and her spirit will finally be able to rest. She will become part of the stars, peaceful and free forever. And from this act of mercy, something beautiful will be born." Perseus understood. He spoke to Medusa softly, explaining what could happen. "I can help you be free, Medusa. You would no longer be trapped in loneliness. Your spirit would rise up to the stars, where you would know peace at last. Would you like that?" Medusa closed her eyes, and a single tear rolled down her cheek, visible in the shield's reflection. "Yes," she whispered. "More than anything, I would like to be free. I would like to rest." "Then I will help you," Perseus said gently. "Close your eyes, dear Medusa, and think of something beautiful. Think of the sea, or the stars, or a time when you were happy." Medusa closed her eyes and smiled for the first time in many, many years. Perseus, watching only the reflection in his shield, moved with swift kindness. With Athena's sword, he helped free Medusa's spirit from the form that had trapped her for so long. And in that moment, something magical happened. Medusa's spirit rose up like silver light, shimmering and beautiful, soaring up into the evening sky. Perseus watched in wonder as she became one with the stars, her form dissolving into twinkling points of light that joined the constellations above. She was free at last, peaceful and whole. But something else happened too. From where Medusa had been, a magnificent creature suddenly appeared. It was Pegasus, a beautiful winged horse with a coat as white as fresh snow and wings that gleamed like pearl. Pegasus had been waiting to be born, and Medusa's transformation had finally set him free. He shook his magnificent head and spread his wide wings, looking at Perseus with intelligent, kind eyes. Perseus reached out his hand slowly, and Pegasus stepped forward, nuzzling Perseus's palm with his soft nose. It was a moment of pure magic, standing there in the clearing with this beautiful creature, while above them, Medusa's spirit sparkled among the stars, finally at peace. All around the island, a gentle change began. The stone statues, no longer held by Medusa's accidental curse, started to soften. They did not come back to life, but instead they transformed into beautiful natural things. Some became smooth rocks that would line the beaches. Others became garden sculptures covered in flowering vines. The island itself seemed to breathe with relief, as if a long sadness had finally lifted. Perseus knew he needed to return to his homeland, but he had a decision to make about what to bring back to the king. He looked into his shining shield one more time, and in its reflection, he saw his own face, thoughtful and kind. He decided to bring the shield itself, for it had protected him and helped him complete his task with gentleness rather than violence. He climbed onto Pegasus's back, and the winged horse rose into the air with smooth, powerful beats of his great wings. They flew together over the moonlit sea, moving through clouds that felt soft as cotton, watching the world sleep peacefully below them. As they flew, Perseus noticed someone on a rocky shore far below, someone in need of help. It was a young woman named Andromeda, who had been left chained to the rocks by her people, because they believed it would appease a great sea creature that sometimes came near their shores. But Perseus could see that the sea creature was not evil, just curious and lonely, much like Medusa had been. Perseus and Pegasus landed gently on the rocks. Perseus used his special sword to carefully break the chains holding Andromeda, while Pegasus stood watch calmly. When the sea creature emerged from the waves, Perseus did not draw his weapon. Instead, he held up his shining shield and spoke to the creature kindly. "We mean you no harm," Perseus said. "We are all just trying to find our way in this world." The sea creature, surprised by this gentle response, looked at Perseus with ancient, wise eyes. It realized that Perseus understood, that he saw beyond fear to the truth underneath. The creature nodded its great head and slipped back beneath the waves, returning to the deep sea in peace. Andromeda was grateful and amazed. She and Perseus talked as Pegasus rested, and they discovered they both believed in solving problems with kindness and understanding rather than force. When it was time to continue the journey home, Andromeda joined them, sitting behind Perseus on Pegasus's broad, warm back. They flew through the night sky, wrapped in starlight and the gentle sound of Pegasus's wings moving through the air. Below them, the world looked peaceful and small, and above them, the stars twinkled like friendly eyes watching over their journey. When they finally reached Perseus's homeland, the sun was rising, painting the sky in soft shades of pink and gold. They landed in the courtyard of the palace, where the king was waiting. Perseus approached the king, holding the shining shield carefully. "I have completed the task you gave me," Perseus said. "Medusa is at peace now, her spirit free and resting among the stars. And I have brought you this shield, polished and bright, to remind you that wisdom and reflection are more valuable than force and pride." The king looked into the shield and saw his own face reflected back at him. In that moment, seeing himself clearly, he understood something important. He had been so worried about his own importance that he had forgotten to be kind and wise. He looked at Perseus, at brave Pegasus, at gentle Andromeda, and he felt ashamed of his selfishness. "You are right, Perseus. the king said quietly. "I have learned something today. True greatness comes not from sending others away or from pride, but from wisdom and kindness." From that day forward, the king ruled more gently, listening to his people and making decisions with care. Perseus and Andromeda married and lived in the cottage by the sea with Perseus's mother, where the garden grew even more beautiful and the sound of laughter filled the air. Pegasus stayed with them too, living in a meadow nearby where he could run and fly freely. Children from the village would come to visit him, bringing apples and carrots, and Pegasus would let them stroke his soft nose and touch his smooth wings. Sometimes, on clear nights, Perseus would climb onto Pegasus's back, and they would fly up into the sky, soaring among the stars where Medusa's spirit lived in peace, twinkling and free. The shining shield was placed in the palace, but anyone could come and look into it. It became a symbol of wisdom, reminding everyone who saw it that looking carefully and thoughtfully at the world and at ourselves is the truest kind of courage. And so, Perseus's adventure ended not with fighting or fear, but with understanding and kindness, with freedom and peace, and with a winged horse whose friendship would last forever. The sea whispered its eternal song against the shore, the stars watched over the sleeping world, and everything was gentle and calm and good. You did well today, my little love. Now let your eyes grow heavy, and let the night wrap around you like a soft blanket. Sleep well, sweet dreams, and rest deeply.